Aquarius and Gemini. Aquarius woman and Gemini man. They may well be happy together, but they shouldn't expect their relationship to be perfect and will have to deal with disputes that may become stormy. Luckily, Gemini will be able to fully satisfy his partner's needs. He will enjoy her feminine sensitivity and willingness to indulge in daydreams and fantasies, which will make their lives extremely fascinating. Conversely, she will lavish him with affection since he is always ready to support her, regardless of the scenario. Loyalty to the relationship enables all of them to experience everything together, which means they may be completely faithful and completely loyal, allowing them to create a connection for the rest of their lives. Aquarius man and Gemini woman. They definitely won't see eye to eye on every aspect of life, but they get along very well and should have no significant issues meeting their various demands. Agreements and disagreements shouldn't occur given they have nearly identical objectives, aspirations, and viewpoints on practically every issue. They are all non-argumentative, and they prize peace and harmony. Only the passivity of Aquarius is objectionable, as she gives in to her partner's will at times for her own convenience, which could get annoying over time. She should insist on him being the one in charge, because a real man takes the initiative. Additionally, they may have missed some of the magic, as they are very formulaic and may become bored. Aquarius and Capricorn. Aquarius woman and Capricorn man. You can be confident that they will end up being a great partnership. They'll be easygoing and complementary in all aspects of life. The one significant benefit they have is that they can spend a lot of time together, which means they will never be bored by each other. Because they have similar aspirations, they soon come to the conclusion that collaborating for the future is a smart idea. Capricorn is a major down-to-earth practicality. He keeps the whole thing afloat. Aquarius can be a little gloomy and hence good at figuring out the present circumstances. This selection is just right for her. Capricorn is happy to go along with her shenanigans since she's unpredictable. They won't get tired with each other, and Capricorn has no problems with this pairing. Aquarius man and Capricorn woman. It is possible for Capricorn and Aquarius to enjoy a long-term, fruitful relationship, as both have considerable flexibility. They will be able to live together well and be happy as a consequence. On the other hand, they could be unhappy since neither of them will be satisfied, as their needs are completely different, and what satisfies one of them does not fulfill the other. However, they are able to devote time to taking care of family needs. Capricorn is mostly responsible for this, as she is rather down-to-earth and realistic. She's able to deal with all of the household difficulties forcefully, but she's also sensitive to the emotions of others, when to curb the family members and when to let them have some slack, and Aquarius appreciates this. While one desires to live an exciting and colorful life, the other is often pleased with their partnership, which allows both of them to be happy. 3. Aquarius and Sagittarius. Aquarius woman and Sagittarius man. While they put their all effort, Sagittarius and Aquarius will likely come to realize that the relationship was better off ending once they have sacrificed a lot of time and energy. While they said at the beginning that they are prepared to work hard, the reality of having limited possibilities to success leads in huge gaps between their characteristics, which will prove impossible to overcome. Aquarius is ready to submit to him in everything, but it will soon turn out that Sagittarius wants to dominate and is not content that she is already willing to comply with him in everything. Because of this, nobody respects anybody other, and this causes each of them to spend less and less time together. It is evident that they may spend their whole lives avoiding each other, but it is unclear if this would satiate either of them. And eventually one of them will make a solid choice about ending this soap opera. Aquarius man and Sagittarius woman. The key strength of this relationship is the fact that they are quite different. Sagittarius is quite active and independent. Yet, prior to her connection with Aquarius, she spends little time at home, but spends much of her time elsewhere. She pledges that, and does. Especially when it comes to family issues, he can respect that. as he Aquarius is a home bird and appreciates the conventional concept of family. She strives hard to complete her house chores and satisfy him. He wants his spouse to care for the house and create a comfortable and harmonious home, and he is prepared to offer his support and assistance. 4. Aquarius and Scorpio. Aquarius woman and Scorpio man. Their relationship's main difficulty is that she Aquarius is quite independent and prefers to take care of herself. A sphere in her life, even the one to which she is closest, remains unknown to her, which is especially difficult for he Scorpio, who is accustomed to learning about everything. He believes that his partner is up to something, so he attempts to control her, but he has no idea that she simply wants some space and will not modify her plans. They must possess a lot of patience and tolerance in order to refrain from avoiding each other, which, if allowed to occur, would ultimately lead to disputes. To stress that it will not be their only difficulty. In their area, they could have other issues they are not aware of. Aquarius man and Scorpio woman. Even if she Scorpio and he Aquarius are fully committed to maintaining their relationship and prepared to put in considerable effort, there is little possibility for success because the destiny isn't on their side. The differences between them are many, even if they're overlooked in the outset, and they will not be patient enough to try to change it. Their ideals vary, therefore there's no common ground between them. They are all the root cause of fights that bring harm to each other. There is yet another difficulty, which is her distrust of her partner, which stems from her jealousy. While he Aquarius wants to be free and won't accept it, he Scorpio wants to terminate the partnership. 5. Aquarius and Libra. Aquarius woman and Libra man. At the start, and throughout the early stages, they may believe they're fated to be together and can always understand one another. However, this will result in complications if they cannot agree on critical topics. On top of everything else, they will understand how different they are, and not only that, their differences might even entertain and interest them at first, but they will also prove to be frustrating. She Aquarius has a rich imagination and frequently spends time in daydream, seldom considering the existing circumstances. He Virgo, the Mars male, is frustrated because realistic and pragmatic he Virgo has to deal with his partner's mood swings, which doesn't respect him, and also accuses him of being uninteresting and uncreative. There is only a 50% chance that they will both wish for or even demand the other side to change. Therefore, it would be better for these two to split before they damage each other. Aquarius man and Libra woman. They probably won't manage to build a successful relationship, as their objectives and intentions for the future are completely different. They won't be able to establish even a partial agreement in this sector. He Libra is interested in a pleasant family life, and is willing to make any sacrifice to attain it. He's contented because he has enough people in his life that he loves and cares about. He's a typical home bird. She Aquarius like to lead an active life in the company of others. She will not allow herself to be secluded within a house. Even if she realizes that this is not one of her better features and attempts to improve it, she probably won't succeed. She won't be pleased even if she succeeds. The only way to summarize all of this is to say that the couple will fail to start a family together, and even if they somehow manage to accomplish that, their family life will be turbulent. 6. Aquarius and Virgo. Aquarius woman and Virgo man. It is very possible that in the start of their relationship, and especially in the early stages, they believe they are fated to be together and can always be counted on for understanding, while the fact that they are unable to reach a consensus on important topics will be shown to be a problem. Also, they will understand how different they are, which might excite and intrigue them at first, but in the long term, those distinctions will get tiresome. She Aquarius has a big imagination and frequently lives outside of reality, spending a lot of time thinking and dreaming rather than gauging the actual situation. To make matters worse, when it's his turn to shoulder the burden of gloomy Virgo, she finds fault with him instead of appreciating him, and even goes so far as to accuse him of being dull and unoriginal. Neither party will expect the other to change. This means that the two should break up before one hurts the other. Aquarius man and Virgo woman. This connection is mostly determined by whether or not they desire to be together. If the two are bored and simply intend to waste time, the relationship will definitely fail. If, however, they love each other deeply and are committed to staying together, they will surmount all problems that inevitably arise. She Virgo and he Aquarius are polar opposites. However, when love is the issue, they are not so different. Both of their characteristics are quite different. Her value system is centered around keeping her family warm, and it is difficult to make her remain at home for a long time. His value system is centered around freedom, and it is rather difficult to make him stay at home for a long time. Nevertheless, they have the ability to make significant sacrifices and will endeavor to work on their relationship in order to help it thrive, and the result will be well worth the effort. 7. Aquarius and Leo. Aquarius woman and Leo man. Despite their different fields of interest, Leo and she Aquarius would form a good relationship since they both put forth effort. One of the most important things is for them to start out by getting to know each other well, and not realizing that they know each other just superficially and are effectively strangers. It is necessary for them to identify each other's needs and learn how to meet them, since without this, they would find themselves questioning their connection. In addition, the relationship should not have any serious disagreements because even though he Leo tends to be dominant, she Leo knows when to rein him in because she will not tolerate everything that he wants to do, but is not going to submit to him on everything. This means that they can tolerate each other, even if he Leo tends to be the dominant one. Aquarius man and Leo woman. They have a good possibility of forming a cordial and joyful connection. Instead, it is quite unlikely that two people who are as perfectly matched as these will ever be found. It is notable that it is due to the positive treatment of each other that even when an issue arises, they are able to discuss it calmly and reach an agreement together. They're not going to get to that level because they care too much about each other, and they're too nice to hurt each other. They are entirely devoted to each other, and they do not have to be constantly racking their brains to keep their significant other envious. They are both trustworthy and well aware of each other's thoughts and intentions, but it does not make them feel bored because they are highly creative and fully in control of their own lives. 8. Aquarius and Cancer. Aquarius woman and Cancer man. They will have the toughest time surviving the difficulties of life together, and only a strong resolve can keep them together. Although it may be difficult to resolve their substantial differences in character, it is conceivable that they may not be prepared to accept their spouse as he or she is. Sadly, they influence each other badly since they aren't as connected as partners in other partnerships. They are both dreamers, but their dreams have a very distinct focus, as well as a drastically different goal. There are other issues. One is that he Cancer can't let go of the past and continue to live it, while she Aquarius thinks solely of the future and does not follow her spouse, making agreement in the relationship impossible. Aquarius man and Cancer woman. Remember that this relationship will be filled with up and down cycles, with plenty of fights sprinkled throughout. While both are often in a bad mood, they arise from distinct temperaments. He Aquarius is straightforward and open-minded. She Cancer is suspicious of everything she does not understand, and this causes her to be reluctant to break the ice and get to know anything new. However, the person with whom she's involved may really lead her to come out of her shell and seek out the world with enthusiasm. She will repay his happy mood by creating a happy environment at home, which he will return to gladly. It promises well for the future, as it shows that they may be completely comfortable on their own. 9. Aquarius and Taurus. Aquarius woman and Taurus man. Despite their initial interest in one another, it is likely that there will be too many incompatible differences to have a long-term relationship. Not only do they lack comprehension, but they also expect the other person to change regardless of who they are. Although he Taurus feels she Aquarius modernity, particularly the fact that she embraces everything new and is attempting to integrate it to their relationship, which he believes is an act of aggression against all he knows and has become accustomed to. He is willing to give her a chance. For the most part, the two of them need to show patience to avoid continually bickering. But what they really want is to accept and appreciate each other. In order for them to salvage their relationship, they must do something. Aquarius man and Taurus woman. A lot of people have said that it will be difficult since they are as different as it is conceivable. She's genuine, down to earth, and rather practical, so it's no wonder she can't comprehend Aquarius' wacky objectives and actions. It is possible that she accuses him of not providing her with a sense of security and stability, while he instead gives her the feeling of uncertainty and fear. It is more likely than not that she will have authority in the relationship and maintain power. She will control all of the problems that are most critical, while being mindful of his carelessness. Yet, if they have deep feelings for each other, then it may assist them to better understand each other, even if it does not encourage acceptance, and if not acceptance, then at least to refrain from blaming the other person for their flaws. 10. Aquarius and Aries. Aquarius woman and Aries man. While it is a fantastic mix, it only works in the short term, not in the long term. They feel wonderful when it comes to having fun and seeing the world, but only when they're part of the company. They are both crazed, passionate, and are excited to take advantage of their lives, which stimulate and excite each other to make new things. However, they will ultimately miss a relationship like this that doesn't provide them any sense of security or pleasure. The heptalian constellation of Aquarius symbolizes notably She-Aquarius, who, after getting the best of someone, turns out to be emotionally sensitive and unable to get a sense of security, which the short-tempered He-Aries is unable to offer. She may end up disrupting her well-being by committing to this connection, because she'll have no one to depend on and exposed to lasting shifts in moods, his and hers. Aquarius man and Aries woman. They will be pleased and satisfied if no one is attempting to get anything. While they may be able to offer each other a lot of happiness and contentment, they also experience significant sacrifice and compromise because of their love. Even if something horrible happens, they are able to cope together and support one another. Most difficult times just make their relationship stronger and more confident, and they never have to go through such challenges on their own. A significant strength is that they have the ability to connect with others by having a comprehensive understanding of the world. Others may get the impression that they are adept at talking without words because they are able to know their wishes and desires and don't need to say anything directly to them. 11. Pisces and Aquarius. Aquarius woman and Pisces man. The major challenge in their partnership is how much personal space and independence She-Aquarius and He-Pisces are able to give each other. Even if they want to spend a lot of time together, and in love, they will never become inseparable. This seems like a positive omen, since they prefer to retain their distance without getting too close to one another. It is possible that there will be hatreds exhibited in the world of finances, since they are both quite wasteful. The situation cannot be assessed accurately, nor is there a financial component, and hence this often leads to such issues. It's apparent to all of them that they have made mistakes, but no one is self-critical enough to recognize their mistakes, so they blame each other for creating the tough scenario. While having money issues, they may enjoy life since they are not materialistic, but when they lose patience, things go ugly. Aquarius man and Pisces woman. In the instance of He-Aquarius and She-Pisces, it bodes well for the future if they are able and willing to meet each other's requirements. The relationship has plenty of positive sentiments towards each other as well, which cannot be destroyed at least at the beginning of the relationship, when the dreaming ones are captivated by each other. But it will turn out that the unrealistic natures of both of them will make them unattractive candidates for cooperation, and even if they dislike it, none of them will modify their conduct. However, if they do choose to compromise and save for the future, and continue to work hard in all other aspects of their life, they may be able to state that they are truly happy even if their relationship has brief issues. 12. Aquarius and Aquarius. Aquarius woman and Aquarius man. Once they have found things they like together, spent a lot of time together, and haven't become bored with one another, they have a good chance of creating a healthy relationship. Although it may just be a temporary solution, it could not be adequate to meet their needs for the next several years, or perhaps their entire lifetime. To explain, being similar results in unsatisfied wants and expectations. They both desire partners that are energetic and creative, yet they are equally passive and conservative. He, Aquarius in particular, lacks confidence and is vulnerable to stress and anxiety in even the smallest of circumstances. He won't accept his failings and, as a result, wants his partner to be able to rely on him. However, she, Aquarius, cannot provide that promise, and in return, he demands it of her. If things remain the same, the two of them will become bored with each other's predictability.